would be one of these two carry players in this game right now. So I'm excited to see what Lon Fur can do, and equally excited as you are, Mr. Snare, about seeing what Small KK does here on the Earthshaker, because I love core Earthshaker as well. Very, very exciting hero to watch, but I want to see what Techie's got going for us.
I will admit that as much as I am intrigued by this Muerta pick for this game, I don't think it's good. This feels like such a difficult game to play out of Muerta. Like the heroes that play against you. You know, you were talking in the previous game about how CTY has challenges dealing with like Magnuses, Bloodseekers, all these things. At the very least, at some point, it became difficult for them to easily encroach upon him. For Muerta, she doesn't have like a magnetic field to dissuade you. And the heroes they have, man, Morphling, Spirit Breaker, Pango. Reaching you is not going to be that difficult for them. The calling won't protect you. You need like some crazy early BKB. And even then they can stun you with the ultimate from Warlock. I'm concerned. I'll be honest about this Muerta. But at the same time, I hate Morphling even more. So I don't know what to do. Yet again, conflicted about drafts that I hate, man.
Well, that is very true. I think she's like relatively safe inside of Pierce the Veil. This game is kind of the one positive I'll say for the Muerta, is they really don't have like that kind of that damage that really stops her from staying in these fights. So I think BKB feels pretty invulnerable this game. But again, I just don't know where I sit with Muerta as a carrier. So I'm not 100% sold on her as a hero, whether or not it good or bad in the game. But I do have to agree with you. I think she's just kind of going to have a rough time into the Spirit Breaker constantly charging her. And Beyond's got one of the funnest heroes you can play in the offlane right now. So I'm sure he's going to try and have a ball.
By the way, do you remember when we saw that first interaction with the Terrorblade Sunder? I'm just thinking back on like, did you see that they changed it?
Oh, they changed it?
Yeah, doesn't look the same anymore. Feels bad.
SMH. It was kind of broken because I remember they changed it. They changed it a while ago, so TB got countered by BKB, and then they basically just reverted it back by making it debuff immune, and they were like, hold on. This is not a good interaction if TB gets full HP and then the other person that got sundered doesn't change their HP either.
Yep.
He just gets HP out of nowhere.
I was playing some TB games, I was winning for a while, and then one day I was very confident, I was so cocky in a fight. I was like, man, this guy has BKB. He thinks he's got me, I've got... Oh, wait, what? This is not how it's supposed to go.
You just get owned by some random janitor patch that you didn't read, fix bug with Terrorblade interacting with BKB. You're like, uh-oh.
So in this game, bottom lane, I'm very intrigued to see how this goes. So for a while, in China especially, this Warlock hero would be paired with Warlock, or with the Smurfling. You'd go the Shadow Word, make sure that he has pretty much permanent HP, because the heal when he's in full agi is actually insane in the laning phase.
Very true. It's all about whether or not ZZQ feels like he can start to pressure people with the upheaval. I think it's like one of those spells that if you get a lot of levels in it early on, it can do a lot of work, but you also have to be very careful about just being kind of ran at by a Shadow Demon, which
he actually might be dead right now. Well, he's actually gone. Blood grenade thrown his way. Aaron claiming the first blood. Might die for this. He will die. Revenge from beyond the grave is attained by this Warlock, but he does still end up going down first.
CTY really wanted that last hit. You can see Aenid was just like kind of running around CTY knowing that he wasn't going to get clicked, but eventually he did go down to some damage from the Fatal Bonds anyways. So a trade for a trade. The unfortunate thing is the fact that ZZQ didn't get any of the experience. So not going to have high levels in the Shadow Word early on. But as you said, I think CTY, the biggest thing for me is he's going to have a relatively okay kind of laning phase. And a relatively okay game as long as Small KK is not making massive amounts of rotation on this Earthshaker. And I think that could be the one thing for CTY that he has to worry about this game. It's like Small KK coming in with like an Invis rune or like a Haste rune or an Arcane rune or something like that and kind of coming into his lane and just blowing him up 100-0.
Still going to take a while before we get to that point. For now, it's just going to be some casual farming. ZZQ putting on a decent amount of harass with this Fatal Bonds. It's proving a little bit problematic. And Morphling, one of these heroes that actually has a significant amount of damage early. So it's working out. But what's really working out for them as well is middle. Look at Small KK beating out this Pango in the CS department. 7E so far just having to concede that Small KK has what it takes to beat him with the 0.
It is very hard to play into an Earthshaker with Enchant Totem, right? Especially as a melee hero, because if you get hit by the Enchant Totem, you're going to get hit by the Aftershocks, and then he's going to hit you for 1 billion damage because he's hit you with Enchant Totem, and then you're already losing out on the last hit, and it's just a trade war that the Earthshaker is constantly going to win because he's very, very tanky, does a lot of damage, and if you're not able to control, the water runes early on, he's going to have enough resources to deal with you, especially with only 35 mana being the mana cost for Enchant Totem. So pretty fun lane for the Earthshaker, and now it's Small KK getting that early Blink Dagger, getting early treads, being a scary hero on the map.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Small KK. I really want to see what he's going to be building as well after his Blink Dagger here. What's the direction for this Earthshaker hero? Up on top, Beyond also having a pretty okay game. Ranfu can do what he can, but unfortunately, up until you get a few more items, the damage into Spirit Breaker between these two heroes, not the greatest, but it might be better into the Rubik, as they are trying to bring down Ice. Wind Run from Ranfu trying to run down this Rubik, lift back into Beyond. Beyond doesn't get the first hit bash. Power Shot misses, however. Beyond gonna start pursuing this Wind Ranger, still looking for a bash. 17 freaking percent. Are you kidding me? Ranfu survives. One bash would have killed him, but they don't come, so he survives.
Yeah, that was so spicy between both those two heroes, right? Like the fact that Ice knew exactly at the right time to be able to get the lift up, and unlucky for Mr. Beyond didn't get to any of the bashes. Definitely would have been a free kill for him, but that just means that he has a relatively okay lane into the Muerta, right? Like she's not going to be too scary up against the Spirit Cow, especially now that he's getting close to that Vanguard, and it just means they're able to fill up the bottle for 70 in the mid lane, and there's Pangolier. He's going to feel happy with that. Orb of Corrosion is coming out very, very soon as well for the Pangolier. So these swashbuckles, they're hurt already. But wait till these Orb of Corrosion comes out.
High key, I think that this is going to turn into a 2v1 lane or maybe 2v2 mid. There's no need to help out Beyond anymore. Time to start putting pressure middle. Try to get this tower. The Siege Dragon that they're using. So put a little bit of damage in. But the most important thing is this rune that's just been picked up by this Pangolier. So you can try to trigger it and try to use the Pangolier ultimate somewhere on the map to get a kill.
Yeah, I think they're more setting their attention towards this middle lane, as you said, right? Like they just kind of want to put as much pressure onto this tier 1 tower. Like imagine if they get like a free tower early on and Small KK is sitting here and trying to farm in between a tier 2 tower. Like it just means that your side lanes are going to be so happy that they don't have to worry about this mid Earthshaker making rotations on them, especially pre-level 6. So it is all about putting the pressure in the right places, but pressure's going to be heading towards the top lane now with the Invis rune. Lonfer is very, very low.
Dude, look at this. Lonfer also just used the calling as well, so he's even less protected. Fortunately for him, 70 went for the gank too soon. He didn't wait until his boots arrived off the courier. So if he had boots, we'd be looking at a dead Lonfer. He does not have boots, so Lonfer gets to live.
He might get a courier. Oh, no. No, he's not going to get a courier. Mr. 70, unfortunately, that was a big old waste of time. More KK is happy about it, though. He's just chilling in the mid lane. Farming up, hitting creeps. Maybe.
He's going to go bottom
side.
But he goes underneath an Observer Ward, so they know he's here. They're immediately backing off. The swashbuckle onto Ironhead, and they have access to this Warlock with the Fatal Bond, so they have enough damage to kill him. 70, though, doesn't want to take the chance. Just rolls directly onto Ironhead to finish him off. Coming back for Aaron. Swashbuckle will enable him to get the double. Takes a little bit longer than expected, but he finds the achieved result. Gets 2 heroes on the map and opens up space for his team.
Yeah, getting experience as well is the big thing for 70, making sure that he's keeping up in that experience farm, because the more levels in Swashbuckle, the more levels in Shield Crash that he has, the stronger this Pangolier is going to be. He's almost at Arcane Boots as well, but Small KK, they're in the mid lane. He's gone for the treads. He's probably going to go for the blink next, I'd hope. Maybe he might go along the lines of like a Shadow Blade to try and catch out this Morphling, but probably blink on the way.
Let's see what he decides to do. Quite a lot of bulls we've seen coming in from these strength heroes in the mid lane. But Blink should just definitely be on the cards for him as his #1 priority. Down bottom, the priority here for the rest of this lineup is going to be trying to deal with these heroes on top. Ooh, is this he in trouble? Nah, he's fine. He's cool. He is cool. Silence will be there onto Beyond. But not having a fun time in this lane, Lanfear does get easier once you get the Maelstrom, though.
Yeah, usually I remember when Myrtle was being picked, not all too long ago, she was being picked for a lot of her lane prowess, but it feels like they haven't really been able to abuse that. A lot of her spells early on are very, very strong, but I mean, now he's got the Falcon Blade coming out, so Lanfear should be able to sit back and farm a little bit, but they're doing a good job at putting the pressure onto the Muerta because early on, in the lane, she's relatively good, but once you start getting like the lightning phase starts to break down, you start going towards the mid game, she's quite a weak hero until she starts getting a lot of these items and she really starts to grow in strength very, very fast. So if they're able to abuse this awkward timing where they don't have Blink Dagger on Earthshaker, they don't really have anything on the Beastmaster, and Lanfear really can't stand and fight, then it's going to be a good time for them to take a lot of these objectives off the map for Team Zero.
Speaking of Team Zero, you know how CTY is an old school player? So there's been a couple of things I've been seeing with players who are a bit more seasoned in their years. It's the itemization. All this newfangled stuff that people are doing, the old school guys don't care. Morphling, building straight Lincoln Sphere. In the top lane, they're going on to small KK. He showed up here, get a disruption out onto the 70 Pango, but no fight's gonna break out. Both teams have vision. Nothing exciting is gonna happen. I got you, Scriff. It was much more exciting to talk about the Lincolns. Don't worry, bro.
Yeah, especially, walking into an Earthshaker, you don't want to be the YouTube clip, right? Ramford now, I think 70 is going to kill him.
He's actually dead. Swashbuckle in a second.
He got him.
And you got him. And the best part about that, this is going to get him almost over the line towards finishing off his Diffusal Blade. That means he can complicate life for the rest of the lineup.
It's going to be really annoying for small KK to try and play around, right? Like, if he ever gets clipped by, like, a Swashbuckle or even just in a fight itself, right, dealing with a Diffusal Blade as an Earthshaker is very hard. Like, look how low his mana pool is. Like, if he blinks in, echoes, and throws a Fisher out, that's like, 265 mana? That's a decent chunk of his mana pool already gone. So, if he gets hit with a Diffusal Blade, then his low mana pool's already going to be sapped pretty fast, and it's going to be rough for small KK, but, once he gets this Blink Dagger, he's going to be all about, getting a lot of this counter initiation, trying to force people into bad situations. When you get those big Echo Slams, but just wondering where a lot of their damage is going to come out from early on, right? Like, is the Muerta going to be their damage? Are they relying solely on Echo Slam? Because, we're looking at this Beastmaster build, he's just gone Vanguard into Martyr Boots, so probably he's going to be looking towards to go to this like Guardian Grease Crimson Guard build. And Ramfu Dow's not going to do any damage.
Nice Shackle shot, but it's nice, it's cool. Won't save his life, however. Still ends up dead. Okay, hear me out, Brother Fluke. Hear me out.
Listener.
So how they get their damage output is that after this Blink Dagger, you go Shadow Blade Harpoon on Earthshaker. That way, you come out with the Harpoon, you Silver Edge, and then that first Aftershock hit with the Enchant Totem. That's a lot of damage. Hopefully you get a crit off of it as well. It'll feel good.
Okay, but that's like, what, 8,000 gold?
Right around the corner, bro.
Yeah, it'll just come, guys. Just trust me, it's just going to happen. This is a good first fight, though.
Oh my god, small KK misses with the Blink Dagger, but should still be able to find the kill. Unfortunately for him, though, there was a drop on the Golem from ZZQ. They still do end up finding a kill. Aaron on hand to ensure there's no escape possible. And that's going to be a kill. Small KK finally involved on the map. And he also gets himself a little bit of additional gold for that kill as well.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna scuff it up a little bit, but was able to find it in the end. Not sure if I like the play from ZZQ dropping the Golem. Maybe he thought that CTY wanted to come in and try and blow somebody up, right? Like just try and get this like 1-for-1 trade, but now it's it's 2 minutes without Golem, and Small KK didn't echo. If Small KK echoed, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Like it's a long cooldown for long cooldown. But the way it's working right now, they definitely have a small little window here. Do Team Disillusion to try and get themselves some of these objectives. Maybe they can try and put some pressure on this 2-1 tower. 70 is doing a great job of pushing out these lanes and being annoying. But they've still got the Echo available and they don't have to worry about Golem for another minute and a half.
They will smoke up on the back of having all these spells still online. It's only Ranfu down and small KK, so they need to catch flush with all their spells to have the necessary damage. Ice in the vicinity. They don't want him though. His courier will reveal where he's at, so they know he's a viable target, but they would much rather have anybody else. They go down to the south, scouting through the trees. Do they catch somebody? But they don't have a ward here. Small KK finally comes across the Morphling. He's on low strength, high agi, so he's easy to kill with this Earthshaker. And they just burst him down. The question is though, do they escape? Because we have a smoke from Team Zero as well. But the answer is yes here, Fluke. Everybody's out. Nobody's gonna get caught. And they got the big pickup of the Morphling as well.
And he might be the sacrifice here.
Let's see. He picks up a Wisdom Rune on the way out. Shackle Shot thrown in onto 7E. He left Swashbuckle again, throws it out, and they do get the kill. Stolen Primal Roll onto Ranfu Dao. Might set up for a double kill from this Pango. The Banish will deny that, and he tries his best. 7E goes in, Rolling Thunder. He wants Aaron, wants to make this 3 that they found on the dire side of the map. They're getting revenge for the Water Boy. A double kill for the Pango. And saying, all right, fine, y'all want to kill Morphling? We hope you're prepared to pay for it in blood.
Oh, okay. Small KK gets himself a freebie on the way out as well. Wasn't sure if he had the damage, but with the double enchant totem, that definitely was enough. But, well, they get themselves a 3. They do lose 70 at the end. They lost CTY previously. That's a lot of damage for a solo Echo Slam. I remember, a few patches ago, solo Echo Slam was the business, and it dealt a boatload of damage just to one person. But I remember they nerfed it, and it seems like it was enough. Only 800 HP, I believe, was on. Yeah, about 800 HP was on CTY. So doesn't have much HP that he has to try and chunk through. So small KK, I mean, he's doing a pretty good job on this Earthshaker so far. What's that? 3 kills, yeah, 3-0-0. You're pretty happy with that. He's going to get in towards the Aghanim Scepter, so he's going to have a lot of that extra reach. But the way this game is starting to pan out, they haven't put any pressure on the Muerta just yet, but this net worth is starting to balloon out, right? Like, Aeonid just really hasn't been able to solidify his build just yet. Yeah, small KK is doing a decent amount of work, but the fact that like Ranfu Dao as well as Aaron really aren't anywhere close to a lot of their items, and relying on kind of this Earthshaker to walk around the map and try and chain stun and kill people until Lonfo's ready to fight, kind of makes it a little scary here for Team Disillusion, right? Because Team Zero, they can kind of go fight if they want to. They've got a DD on their Morphling, they've got a Lincoln Sphere, they've got Diffuser Blade, they've got Shadow Blade, like, they got everything they want.
I think they're setting up for Roshan, dude. They have several heroes connecting to the top side of the map. We still have nighttime for another 3 minutes. If the Shadow Blade was here from the Spirit Breaker while he was in the fight, they might have really just committed for it, but they're still going for it. DD popped. Okay. Dire scan. Oh my god, this actually misses. Had they scanned the Roshan pit, they would have known where these heroes are at. But they might still have an idea. Earthshaker coming in. There's Observer Wards on the high ground and Warlock there to break the smoke. They scout Scarin. Ice actually buying space and time through middle. Actually, this is so smart. Beyond an Ice, making it seem like the team isn't in the Roshan pit, and they buy it. Hook, line, and sinker. CTY and 7E left to finish off the big man.
Oh, Aaron got so debated, dude. If he just walked down, he would have been like, hey guys, but they wouldn't have been in the area anyways. But it was very comical to just sit there and watch ZZQ stand on the higher ground and watch Aaron TP away and just be like, yes, leave little buddy, thank you. While we get ourselves a free Roshan, and I believe they even got a kill out of it too, right? So it's very free for Team Zero. They're really starting to make this game look very clean and concise. I think for game number 1, maybe they were just getting the quote-unquote stage game jitters, right? Where it's the first game of DPC Tour. It's been a long time since some of these players have played. Maybe even a long time since these guys have played together. So they were just kind of working out some of the kinks.
Mid lane. The kinks are not going to be available here as they're trying to make an attempt onto the life of this Earthshaker. And they should have the damage if they need it. Upheaval drop down as well to ensure. And he's taking a long time to die. He actually drops the Echo Slam and kills off Beyond in the process. Now maybe they're set up for more. In the meantime, though, they did also kill Aaron while all this was happening. So despite Beyond dying, Still a 2-for-1 in favor of the side of Team Zero.
Yeah, that is... They would have loved to have gotten out of that scot-free, but fortunately for Beyond, didn't get some extra bashes that he wanted to. And he cops an Echo Slam to the face. So Team Zero, again, doing a really good job at just catching out the heroes that they need to catch out. They're starting to stagnate this Aghanim set. So he's about 400 gold away from it for small KK, so it's not like he's super far away. But just look at the net worth that they're saying to accrue, right? Like, Ice Ice has a Phylactery and now a Blink Dagger. Like, this Rubik is big, and he's going to be very hard to deal with in these fights. Like, who do you really want to Echo Slam? Are you, expecting Aeonid to be able to come into this fight for you? He's already started out with an Aghanim Scepter, so he's gone for this much more damage-orientated build. Like, who does small KK go on? Where does Lonfer, fall into all this?
Oh, Lonfer's going to reveal himself down bottom as they get a Shackle Shot onto Beyond. Doesn't have BKB, so he's just dead immediately. At the same time, though, CTY reaches into the fight to bring down Ranfu Dao. Aeonid, not sure he'll be able to escape from this one as a Rolling Thunder comes in from 7E. He's bought enough space for the TP attempt for this Muerta to succeed, but it does come at the cost of his life. CTY with the double. They do lose the tier 1 tower though, so more map opened up, but CTY is getting kind of scary here. 12k net worth at the 20-minute mark of this game.
Yeah, this Morphling's hard to deal with. He's got Sergeant Yasha, he's got Lincoln Sphere, he's going to go in towards the Aghanim Scepter, so a little bit more of their stat steal. I mean, really, really good to be able to do that up against the Muerta. He's going to do a lot of damage with the waveform, so he's going to be a scary hero, even if he steals some of the stats coming in from small KK as well. Him being a strength hero is always going to be nice, so we'll see. See what it's like.
Actually, speaking of attributes, fam, don't you think Muerta should be a universal hero?
Oh, yes, 100%. I think her being... But then it kind of pulls away from the fact that she's like supposed to be an int carry, which was like really exciting. I think she should probably be universal, yeah. I feel like there's a lot of controversy around which heroes are or are not universal heroes.
I feel like it would be much easier to balance the game. Not that you just do, just pick a color scheme. All the blue heroes can be int, all the green heroes will be agi, all the red heroes will be strength. Everything else is universal. There we go.
CTY lost his Aegis.
Yeah.
I don't know how much time was left on it, but I heard him respawning.
Wait, how though? What happened?
I think he died to the Ancients.
I don't know how much time was left on the Aegis, whether it was like a 30-second thing and he just wanted to die.
I mean, it'll still be a minute left right now, so doesn't feel like a small thing.
Yeah.
Wonder what happened. He didn't even finish off his Aghanim Scepter before it got lost, actually.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but, I mean, they would have loved to have had a fight with their Aegis, right? Like, really try and force this Muerta out of her farming patterns. Because she's starting to get to the point where she's going to do a lot of damage, right? She's got Mjolnir up, she's got a lot of that attack speed, she's going to go in towards the Lincoln Sphere. So she doesn't have to worry about, like, the Rubik, doesn't have to worry about the charge and all that kind of stuff, but it's still a long way before Muerta is ready to fight. She needs BKB plus the Lincolns, I think.
Well, while she's still farming it, her and her team are going to smoke up. They find some kills off the back of this. Might make it easier for her to close the gap to these items. Run for down. Comes across ZZQ. ZZQ could have actually just TP'd out, but decides to stick around. Has a chaotic offering to drop down if necessary. Demonic Purge is thrown down onto ZZQ, revealing the Hawk flying overhead. But they don't really have an inroad. They know there's high ground, and they have a stolen fissure. Ice Ice throws it out onto Aaron. Beyond, though, doesn't get the first hit bash afterwards. He dodges the adaptive strike as well. Aaron on God mode right now. Will still end up dead, but trying to set his team up for a fight. They found a 3-hero fissure, but unfortunately, small KK too far away to jump in for the Echo Slam, which could have really blown that fight apart.
Yeah, you could tell that they understood not to go too far. They don't want to overextend into an Earthshaker. Can really get punished for that, but yeah, I don't know. I think there's a little bit of frustration coming in from Team Disillusion that you see Aaron, he just kind of throws out the Demonic Purge. There's not really much doing. Then he gets caught out by a fissure. Like, to be fair, they haven't really done anything for like 20 minutes. Like, they haven't had like a really good echo play. Like, they got one kill on the CTY, but Lonfer has literally just been hitting creeps for 23 minutes, and they just haven't haven't been able to get that fight, and that's where I kind of feel with Muerta is she is like the president of the I need an extra item club. You know, like she's always needing that extra item to try and fight, and she's just, I don't think she's going to get to the point where she's going to feel confident in getting in a fight, and it's really going to have to be off the back of Small KK getting a big echo.
Well, Small KK is getting killed off right now as he will try get a big echo off, but unfortunately for him, there's way too much disable and enough damage to kill him off. Beyond even got him with the charge knockback.
Oh,
As they find Lonfer with the Nether Strike, this young Muerta is going to be dead, killed off by her own Earthshaker Fissure. Primal Roar gets thrown in, but stolen by Ice Ice and thrown back towards Beyond. A triple kill for Beyond, a team wipe for Team Zero. And a massive, massive lead for them. 11K at 24 minutes here, Fluke.
Man, Ice Ice is a beast on Rubik. Like, he's been kind of quietly plinking away, just kind of doing his own stuff, just kind of vibing out. And then he just goes and just does that, where he just like steals Fissure, throws a Fissure out, steals like a power shot. He's able to throw the power shot, then he steals Roar, and then he roars. And like, he's a freak, man. Like, he's so good at Rubik. Like, the way that he played that last team fight was sick. Like, they're able to obviously get the combination with the Fissure, and they're able to turn that back around with the Pangolier, and they're able to keep that going. And watch Lonfer. He comes in for this fight, no BKB. He just gets rolled on, gets caught out. One Fissure comes in from Ice Ice to be able to lock him down, and the second one comes in from CTY to secure the kill. So he just did so much work in that fight, and then he ends up just roaring out as well on Aeonid. And I mean, yeah, this is probably what I expected from game number one here, Snare. When I look at this roster for Team Zero, I'm expecting them to be really clean and really strong and make that fight for Div 1. And unfortunately for Team Disillusion, I think maybe that first game could have slightly gotten to them, kind of gotten under their skin a little bit, and they're really starting to be picked apart here by Team Zero.
Yep. Team Zero took them all year to get into Div 2. They tried in Div 1, they tried for Tour 1 and Tour 2. It didn't work out for them. But here in Tour 3, they're in, and they're looking really, really good. What's also really sad, I feel bad for Small KK. As we're about to watch Aaron, I feel bad for him as well. He doesn't die just yet, though. He's buying time. Small KK actually jumps Ice Ice, and Aaron still buying time. He's still alive right now. Ice Ice gets a stolen Primal Roar out. In the meantime, there's going to be a roll through by 7E. They want to try bring down Ranfu Dao with the small fling, but everybody is running away on the side of Team Dissolution. Sadly, can't last forever. Small KK, he can't get off the echo. It gets dodged by the waveform. Now there's going to be the Nether Strike. Not ready just yet. The charge through did hit Lonfer. He's still staying alive in this fight. ZZQ, he does get brought down, but CTY, him and 7E jump onto Lonfer, kill him off. They easily catch Ranfu Dao as well. Small KK running towards the defender's gate. He blinks towards it, and that will enable him to survive and get into the base. But it's still a massive loss overall. They're going to also lose the Tormentor and the Tier 2 tower probably as well.
Yeah, that was a very disconnected fight from both these two squads, right? Like, you can see that Small KK understands that he has to wait until like the perfect scenario for him to drop this Echo Slam, and let's try and get a kill here on a CTY.
He does, and there's no access to the Echo Slam. There's another strike back. They put him in jeopardy. CTY steals his form away. 7E actually finds additional stuns underneath the Tier 2 tower, but now they're running out of HP, so they need to flee. 7E, Shackle Shot misses onto him. Demonic Purge does connect to Beyond, but he's a little bit too beefy to go on. So Team Zero will be allowed to flee this fight. Fluke, if you were playing Earthshaker in this game, how tilted would you be seeing that the enemy team has better fissures than you do throughout every fight?
It's definitely going to be soul crushing that CTY as well as Ice Ice are just playing better Earthshakers, and it's just it's definitely rough. I like the idea they had, but they just, like, their heroes just did nothing for like 20 minutes, and now this Morphling's out of control. They're having to take these fights that are all crazy and weird, and then Muerta just doesn't have a BKB, she doesn't have a Lincoln Sphere, so she just gets controlled and kited around. Pierce the Veil just really isn't doing anything. I think the biggest thing for me is Team Zero, as soon as they hear or see Pierce the Veil, they just stop. They just let Lonfer walk around. They just go, okay, we'll leave you for like the 8 seconds that it is, and then when you're done with that, we'll come and kill you. And it is such a hard couple of team fights that Team Disillusion have had that I don't see them winning unless they get like a sick 4-man echo. I think that's what they're relying on right now. A Small KK with a massive clutch.
What also frustrates their attempts to protect this Muerta with Pierce the Veil is the presence of Fatal Bonds. Does not get blocked by the Pierce the Veil by itself, so without the BKB, you are still losing HP in these fights. Now they're smoked up, hoping to try and find a big catch. At the same time, look at the charge through by Beyond. He scouts out the whole team and gets to Lanfur by just pressing Q. What a player.
This is why you pick Spirit Breaker, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes you go and charge a carry and you go through their entire team who's smoked up in front of him.
Oh, God.
Feels a little desperate coming in from Team Disillusion. They want to try and get these fights going before there's like an indomitable Morphling to play around. It is almost at that point.
They don't have many sentries down. More importantly, they don't have a gem. So right now, Beyond is fully free to do what he wants right now. He charges back onto Aaron, but the bigger fight is happening onto Small KK. No. He's jumped in by the Morphling. Morphling finishes a Morph. Ranfu Dao is next on the chopping block. And with that, not only do these heroes die, but their resolve dies with them. GG is called. Team Disillusion give up the ghost. And Team Zero take the 2-0 and put themselves...